Good morning. I thought of another documentary I thought would be a good share here on the Flavor and Fragrance Artisanal vlog. It's more about plants, but I think that that's a topic I seem to be returning to again and again lately. It's something that always inspired me too. It's about a wonderful personality and a seminal herbalist, Juliette de Baïracli Levy, who was my herbology teacher's teacher. And I just love seeing her life out in the Mediterranean on I think it's a Greek island, if I remember correctly. What I love about her is her free spirit and her passionate advocacy for plants and animals both. And she just brings so much humanity to these areas, and the way she talks about things and her knowledge of healing animals with plants and people. And I just find it inspiring every time I watch it. I know that you can find the DVD if you want to own it. I purchased mine on Amazon and then I lent it to somebody and I never saw it again. But I did a search this morning for this little short video, and I did manage to find you can rent it on Vimeo or you can purchase it on Vimeo. So I'll include the link. And do check out Juliette of the Herbs. The documentary was filmed when she was in her mid to late 80s, I believe, and I read somewhere that she died soon after the making of the documentary, which was filmed in 1998. And it's kind of a rustic, you know, it's not the highest quality. It's kind of like my videos, well, maybe a little better, but it's you know, not the most polished digital quality, but I kind of like that too. I kind of like the intimate storytelling of the video. So she always just brings a little inspiration to me, and I love seeing her life in the Mediterranean, and I'm always interested in that part of the world. Even before I knew I had heritage from there, I just always wanted to learn more about the Mediterranean. But also many of those herbs are the herbs that I grow since I live in Southern California. And those are the herbs I learned about and trained on when I was younger. So her work speaks to me in that way too. And I'm looking at my desk. I did have a copy of the only book of hers that I have, called Cats Naturally. I was going to hold up and show you, but I don't see it up here at the moment. I must have moved it. But again, there's one or two things I thought were old-fashioned and outdated in the book, but it doesn't matter. It's more her personality and her spirit, and that's the reason I'm sharing her here. I love her advocacy, again, from beginning to end. I mean, these are my two passions, plants and animals. And so she also bred Afghan hounds, and she did a lot of work with farm animals. And in closing, one of the things she does talk about is the treatment of animals in factory farming. So just a little heads up. It always jolts me out of my peaceful state when I'm watching the documentary, and then there is one scene where this poor calf is being taken away to its fate. And it always upsets me personally because I am such an animal lover and my heart is like right in front of me. And so it gets easily broken when I have to see these things. So I'm just going to include my little warning in case anyone else is like me and gets hurt by these things. It's hard to think about, but again, I'm sharing the documentary because she's a wonderful and passionate advocate for animals and for plants and for healing. And I just love her. She's a muse for sure. And I think you'll love her too if you don't yet know Juliette de Baïracli Levy. And you can also find many of her books. Some of them are harder to find than others. There's always used books, and there's always, you know, collector's books if you have the finances for that. But there are different ways to find her work and to engage her spirit. So I hope you'll like her as I do. Thanks.